Before Coach Hansley gets there, we want to visit with a young man that has been a 2-year starter for the Newport Greyhounds, Sam Bowen. And Sam, an award tonight that you accepted, the Coach Bill Keedy Award. Tell us your feelings about getting that award.
I'm extremely honored. It's no words can describe how I feel about it.
It's an honor. I mean, it is an honor. I mean, that is an award that, as a matter of fact, the first award that we've given since the passing of the legendary Bill Keedy, and that guy was, we've said so many great things about him, and here's what's important. Here's what I want you to understand. And you're talking about words don't describe it. They're gonna put your name on that board over there. Okay, they're gonna put your name on that board, and I'll promise you, it'll never come down. It'll never come down, and you can bring your grandkids back. You can, and if something happens to that building over there, something happens to that sign, I'll make sure we get another sign up there because we're going to honor those folks. And anyway, congratulations on the award. Let's talk a little football. Pretty good football team we played tonight. Talk a little bit about this Stuttgart Riceburg team.
They were young, inexperienced team, and the problem tonight was we just didn't execute. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. People lost focus, didn't focus in practice, didn't try. We should have beat them.
Sometimes that happens. What's the reason for that? Why were we not focused this week? What do you think?
Distractions. Distractions had a lot to do with it. But other than that, it's just mental. It's a mental deal. And people just need to focus and get their head in the game and realize that if they don't do their job, no one else will. And the play will – 11 people need to make the play. So
has to be made by 11. Everybody, and I've heard Coach Hansley say it 1,000 times, do your job.
Yes,
do
sir.
your job, and everything's going to be all right. Well, we got a lot of season left. We got a lot of football to be playing. What do you have to do? We go back to work.
Yes, sir, we do.
And coming up, we got Heber Springs coming in here, and
Yes,
I know you probably don't know a lot about those guys, but as a leader, I mean, you got to step up and get these guys going. I want to talk a little bit about school. I want to talk a little bit about, do you have plans yet? You're senior in high school. Do you have plans on what you're going to do?
I think I'm going to attend ASU Newport after I graduate and then transfer to Jonesboro once I get done with that.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, young man, you get $500 scholarship for receiving that award tonight. Congratulations to you on that.
Thank
And nobody more deserving than Sam Bowen. I've enjoyed watching you play the last couple of years because I know you give all the heart that you can and give everything that you got out there, and I'm proud of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Hansley's coming right up. Subway Coaches Report, and we always appreciate Coach Hansley bringing some of the young men up and then himself coming up to talk about it. We try to do this win or lose, and Coach, it's one of those nights where we didn't do a lot of things right.
No, sloppy.
It was sloppy. Yeah, talk a little bit about the game.
Well, we come out fired up, ready to play, and it just started from the beginning. It was just I think we had a hold the first defensive series. I think we come out first offensive series and didn't produce, and held the defensive series, and it went like
south,
no phase worked. No special teams, defensive or offensive phase was ready, and that's that comes back to coaching. That's my problem, and I got to get it fixed because you can't have and what hurts the most is homecoming, obviously, but then when you do a game in memory now of somebody that when you have an embarrassing performance like we did, that makes it hard. But it's just you got to test the kids and see if we can go back in there and get it figured out and see what kind of work ethic they've got and just keep plugging and seeing if we can have some good things happen in the down the road.
Well, I think generally speaking that those kids recover quicker than we do as a coach.
Absolutely.
They're going to recover quicker. You guys are going to, I mean, you're sick about it. You're going back to work. You got to find deficiencies that we can correct. There may be some deficiencies there that you can't correct.
Yeah.
So you have to go back to work too. But they're going to be okay, and it's up to you guys to get us where we need to go. And I still say, Coach, I saw some positives tonight, and I'll never play a game without finding some positives that we did. I mean, we could have laid down and with things going as bad as what they're going to go, we could have just laid a complete egg and given up 60 and not gotten any. But we didn't do that.
And that's the you have to they're young enough to know that they need to keep fighting. They really are, but they're just still young enough to not have consistency.
Right.
And that's good and bad. It's yin and yang, whatever you want to call it. We got to get more consistent. Period. Having a game like we had last Friday, and then come out like we did, that just shows our inconsistency. And whether it's youth or whether it's what it is, whatever you want to call it,
Sure.
we got to show more consistency if we're going to have success as we go forward.
Well, we have another home game next week against Heber Springs, and I know you don't like to look ahead, but I mean, you got to put this one behind us, and it's time to look
absolutely.
ahead. It's time to look ahead at Heber Springs.
As soon
What
as
do we
that
know about
buzzer
those
goes
guys?
off, we'll go to work and we'll look at what we did wrong. But then I'm straight moving ahead to the game we have coming up, and that's Heber Springs. And I haven't seen the score yet of their game. Have you
Haven't
seen
either.
it? Okay. I don't know what they did. They haven't had a hard week, obviously, and I don't know what they're going to be like as far as that. I know they've had a rough season so
Sure.
far with everything, but I'm ready to go back to work and see what Heber's got.
Well, we'll do that, and I have no doubt in my mind, and I have great confidence in where we're going, and you leading us in that direction. And the bottom line on all of it is that everybody wants to win every game, and when you don't win every game, there's going to be some disappointment. If there wouldn't be any disappointment in it, it wouldn't be worth
Well, the
playing.
wins wouldn't feel as good
That's
if it wasn't.
correct.
So yeah,
that is correct.
So and that's true. That is true. But when you put in hard work, you just expect to see work on the field, and that's what's so disappointing is we don't see the same results we see in practice and the same results every week, and that's what really brings me down.
Sure.
So that's all I really want is consistency and doing what I know they can do it consistently.
Yeah. Well, we'll get it done. They're going to give us some more chances to play, and
That's
we're
right.
going to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who knows? Might get a good draw, make a good run.
Yeah, you know it.
Yes, sir. Coach Mark Hadsley, the Newport Greyhounds, and the Coaches Show, sponsored by Subway at Walmart Supercenter. Go Hounds.